Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Smackdown Live. We may well be on the path to WrestleMania. The road may well be closing down on us with every day that passes, but we have other things to get to. When you think of WrestleMania, you think the main event. You think what closes the show, and we get that here tonight, if you know what I mean. The in-ring debut of the man who will main event WrestleMania on Smackdown Live is here. Kazuchika Okada will make his in-ring debut against Mark Henry. Okada, who has had the jump and has had the mental mind game advantage over Bobby Fish over these last 2 weeks, looks to continue on his luck and continue on his ways in tonight's main event. But there is one man who certainly was not best pleased with what he heard last night, what he saw last week even, my apologies. That is Paul Heyman, and for the second week in a row, this man will open up this show here on Smackdown Live. Heyman was, of course, deeply irritated and irate at what he saw last week. Bobby Fish was meant to go up against Shinsuke Nakamura, but instead Kazuchika Okada came out and got the jump on Fish once again. Even if Heyman seemed at an absolute air of confidence roaming around him, it was not visible with Bobby Fish last week, and I wonder if he'll be visible with Paul Heyman here tonight. He starts off with his usual rhetoric. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. Yada yada, you know, we're used to that by now, but it is the bit at the end there that matters most. It is Heyman telling us that Fish will not be here and trying to put some blame onto someone, and that is, of course, Kazuchika Okada. And Heyman does what he did last week. Talks business about Okada, calling him great, but in comparison to Fish, he reigns but pennies. Not a rainmaker. 20 months, Paul Heyman says Bobby Fish has ruled SmackDown and calls Okada nothing more than a bug. And like a bug, he will be squashed at WrestleMania. The show that he claims is Bobby Fish's, getting the main event that he deserves, whereas Okada is only getting that main event due to the legacy of Bobby Fish. He will be removed from the business of his client and SmackDown Live as a whole. Heyman is still sporting that confidence after last week, and that is a harsh trigger to be pulled. Tonight he takes on Mark Henry. If Henry loses, he is done. And he is trying to play with the conscience of Okada. How much does this mean to Okada? Is he willing to sacrifice Mark Henry's career to let him get to WrestleMania? Heyman is really trying to put something on the mind of Okada. And you see with that smirk as he walks out, he thinks it'll work. He thinks that he has got Okada's number potentially. We'll see if that'll be the case in tonight's main event, but that is a very harsh shot to be played by Heyman. Him and Mark Henry, of course, been at their differences for a long time, but for him to lose, if he loses, he's gone. That is taking things a step too far, if you ask me. But we'll get to that later on here tonight. We have, to start things off, the Intercontinental Championship being defended. It is going to be Hanson accepting the challenge here tonight. Going to be going one-on-one against Finn Bálor for the Intercontinental title. Tonight, of course, when it comes to commentary, I am your host, living legend, the ECW General Manager, Larry Zbyszko. In a few short minutes, I will be joined by the Raw General Manager. He is, however, on an important business call right now. He should hopefully be back at some point to see this matchup, because these two men are very talented in their own rights. Hanson and Finn Bálor, two very fine athletes going at it. Two champions, of course, going at it as well. Hanson could get double gold here tonight, and this can work out maybe for Hanson in some ways. Yes, of course, he doesn't have the singles experience, and doesn't even have the experience within this universe that Finn Bálor has, but put him in a big match situation, he can do well, and we've seen that he is capable of doing really well inside the ring as well on his own. This could be a good test here for Finn Bálor. But the Intercontinental Champion is going to have to do an awful lot to try and be the victor of this one. It is not going to be one of those easy walk through the park victories. It is going to be anything but, I think. He's going to have to exert a lot of his options if he wants to be the winner. Finn Bálor has been defending that championship now since, well, the week after he won it at the Royal Rumble. The likes of Roman Reigns, Cesaro, Ricochet, Kenny Omega, all have tried and all have failed to take that title away from Finn Bálor. Here tonight, Hanson will try the same as those before him. Finn Bálor has been in his element since becoming Intercontinental Champion. He doesn't have a match scheduled for WrestleMania yet, but Bálor has said that after tonight's title defense, he wants to see those contenders coming out the bricks. He wants to see them coming out of the wall and forming themselves as challengers, because of course we've got the WWE Championship matchup decided at WrestleMania. The WWE Tag Team titles, it was decided, will not be defended at WrestleMania. You have to make some cuts to fill in the match card. We've only got a 10 match card at WrestleMania. There are 12 titles, you know, we've got to cut some out of the way there. So far we've got the Smackdown Tag Team titles gone and the Cruiserweight title gone, so we do have a 10 match card, but that doesn't mean, you know, don't assume that every match on the card will be a title match. Something could come up. Anyway, Finn Bálor here tonight wants to make this a great open challenge again, but he wants to see those challenges coming out to play. He wants to see them making a go for his belt. He wants to see the likes of your Kenny Omegas, your Kota Ibushis, even someone like a Shinsuke Nakamura coming after that belt. With the WWE Championship all set off and sealed, those high up on the card and those of great prestige in the past can now go after the Intercontinental Championship as well. It's a very interesting predicament that they find themselves in with that Intercontinental Championship. If you have so many of those guys going after it, brings a lot of prestige to the belt, but you also want to see your guys like your Ibushis going after it to show that there is a new crop of talent making its way up the pillars, shall we say, of the Intercontinental Championship division. But the big question when looking at all of this is it might not even be Finn Bálor who sees these challenges coming his way. We could get, and I know it's a bit weird to say this given looking at Hanson, we could get an upset here tonight with Hanson picking up the win over Finn Bálor. It is completely viable for it to happen. Hanson is a big dude. He knows how to use his weight, how to use his body ability in more ways than I think people of his weight class know. He knows his advantages and his disadvantages. He knows where he excels. And in his own way, he's all around on a lot of maneuvers as well. We've seen him go aerial on far more than one occasion. Because he can do it. And he'll look to do it here tonight to become the Intercontinental Champion. Win for a good start here on the Smackdown Live. Win for a good Smackdown Live as well. Well, that Okada match later on tonight. #1 contenders match for the Smackdown Live Women's Championship. It's going to be a good night here of action. But before we get this matchup underway, you see there the shake of the hands, the respect being shown. Always great to see. The bell rings now, and we are underway between Hanson and Finn Bálor here. Hanson coming out of the gates with the power, though. Looking to stamp his authority on the match right from the get-go, assert what he's going to use, show he's going to bring the power game to tonight. Finn Bálor going to have to use maybe his speed and whatever else he can, his guts and determination to hold on to that title. Big Pele kick there. You feel even though they're hitting each other with these, they're already going with these hard moves. They're going with maybe a feeling out process. Death Valley driver. Look at that by Bálor. Slips out of it in incredible fashion. Drop kick there. Hanson doesn't fall down though. But when Finn Bálor gets him in the corner and sends him face first into the second turnbuckle, he indeed will. Best way to try and define what Hanson would be like, and in a way that when he comes back the Raw General Manager can understand, would be akin to this being, you know, Hanson being SmackDown Live's Lars Sullivan. I imagine, because I will reiterate that for him, I imagine he's going to be certainly a fan of that one. Right now, though, Hanson is asserting his power within this matchup. Had that Magma Claw there locked in. Up on the shoulders again. No countering this time as he's brought into the mat hard with that Wasteland. Former move of one Wade Barrett, who went silently into the night in this universe and decided to not renew his contract. It's not about him. We're going to be focusing instead on this matchup. Here goes Bálor now. Chop brings him down. Basement drop kick into the side of the head there of Hanson. And the way the head snaps, that is going to hurt you significantly. But maybe not Hanson, with as thick-skinned as he is. Big counter there. Oh, take a look at this now by Hanson. Holding Finn at bay and blasting him with kicks there. And a hard clothesline into the chest. Crowd here behind Finn Bálor, but Hanson has something dangerous in mind here. Sends Finn Bálor on his way. What is he going to do now? Hanson up high. Moonsault down on Bálor.
I just came back. What was that?
That is what I was on about. The dangerous all-roundness of Hanson.
He is two cruiserweights too big to be doing those kinds of moves.
Yeah, well, he can, and he just did. That's how he operates. Anyway, you got called away for your business call, and I missed it. Who are you taking? Not who are you taking. No, wait, I forgot. What I was going to say. I've lost it.
I think Hanson is...
I remember the point I was making. Hanson, to make you like this guy more, think of him as SmackDown Live's Lars Sullivan.
You did not just say that.
Takes him in the turnbuckle and pulls a trick out of Finn Bálor's book with a shotgun drop kick.
Oh, I like this guy now. Can I sign him a Raw contract?
No. Uh-oh. Hanson looking for the dangerous sit-out powerbomb. If he hits this, he could be Intercontinental Champion. He brings him up. He brings him down, but he brings him in the ropes. Finn Bálor. All kinds of tangled up in those ropes there on the way down.
Oh, you saying that? I really like this Hanson cat. I like what he can do. He's jumping
I didn't
again.
ask you to start jizzing on the mic.
Okay, I want to sign Hanson, and how about this? He could go in a tag team with Lars Sullivan, and it could be called Machines of War.
I'm not the SmackDown GM. I don't know why you're talking to me.
This guy's pretty cool. He's a new Intercontinental Champion, pretty much.
Finn there with a counter, though. He's denying that opportunity for him, and he's going up to the top rope here. Hanson's in big trouble now. Can he get himself out of this one?
No,
he can.
no.
He dodges coup de grace. And he still won't go down.
Pretty much, he didn't even feel that drop kick.
But Finn Bálor knows what he has to do to be victorious in this one. Hanson is making life ever so difficult for him. This part now, this is where we start to get a bit more back and forth going on.
A bit of a double knee face breaker right there.
Takes him to the turnbuckle, and he may show Hanson, no, this is how you really do it. Hanson may have exerted all options after that power bomb, because there's the shotgun drop kick. Finn Bálor's in his element now. The limitations of Hanson come out to play.
Kick out.
Coup de grace! And the count that follows to Finn Bálor at the snap of a finger changes the match around, dictates the pace how he wants it to go, survives the onslaught, and retains the Intercontinental Championship. Victory for him there, but a strong showing by Hanson nonetheless. And whoa, coming on the ramp, Kevin Owens blasting Finn Bálor with a kendo stick.
What's Kevin Owens doing here?
I don't know. We haven't seen him since maybe the Royal Rumble. I don't know. He's always had bad blood with Finn Bálor. He took the guy out for a couple of months with an injury, and now Kevin Owens is going even further with it. Owens looking to re-injure what he hurt before. Owens was supposed to be in action right up next against Kota Ibushi, but he's jumped the gun on that one.
That's just pathetic. Why would you do that? How could you attack someone after a match?
Oh, no. This is going to do even worse for Balor's neck. Package pile driver.
He's going to fill that one tomorrow.
Kevin Owens doesn't care either. He's glad that he just did what he did. And you know that he'll be talking about that one for some time to come. Finn Bálor being rushed out of the ring here to assistance. Trying to get him away and trying to get him back up on his feet as quickly as they can, but no rest for the wicked. Kevin Owens now has to face Kota Ibushi, the runner-up from this year's King of the Ring, and you better believe there is bad blood between these two men. Former stablemates until Kevin Owens decided, nah, I don't want to be with you anymore, and just went on his way and became the man on Smackdown Live that we know him to be now. Went from one of the most adored and respected men, not in Smackdown Live, but in this universe as a whole, to the polar opposite.
So this Kota Ibushi cat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ignore the King of the Ring accolade, but what else has he done here in the universe?
Eliminate Lars Sullivan from King of the Ring.
You just lost my commentary for a minute.
Oh no, what are we gonna do? Kota Ibushi is a former Cruiserweight champion though. Anyways, let's see what these two men will do. As I said, make no mistake about it, no love lost between these two men. Owens has had his moments with these two following the split of his departure from Future Shock. Meanwhile, the team itself is still going strong, arguably stronger than what it did when Owens was in it. And now these two men collide again, and since Owens has left them behind, I've got to say, Kota Ibushi's got even better. Since Owens has been gone, it's almost as if Owens was deliberately holding them down for his own self-gain. But let's see how Ibushi can combat the 4-time WWE champion, the former Intercontinental Champion, and the man who just laid out Finn Bálor with no sign of a conscience within him.
You know, despite his deeds before the match started, I gotta say, Kevin Owens looks like a guy that could take a lot of hits. So I wonder how Ibushi is gonna be able to combat this.
By firing a lot of hits. That's exactly what if someone has a strength, Ibushi will look to try and exploit that strength rather than go for the weakness. He enjoys going to whatever length he can to get victory.
But what would Ibushi's strong suit be, would you say?
Oh, his strikes. In a way, a lot of stuff. His strikes, his aerial ability. He's even got great grappling, a great technical mindset to him.
Then that does change my sort of perspective on this match, I guess.
Kevin Owens is, well, he knows a lot of Ibushi's game inside and out. Brought this guy some attention and some what's the word I'm looking for? Teachings, I guess. I couldn't exactly think of the word off the spot, but when Future Shock was a short-lived stable, but now Ibushi and Ricochet do it by themselves and are looking to get revenge on Kevin Owens here. Certainly looking to fight back for the courtesy of Finn Bálor as well. After what we just witnessed, I imagine there will be reparations for Finn Bálor, for Kevin Owens' actions here tonight.
Breaking apart stables, attacking champions. From the looks of it, this Kevin Owens cat doesn't have any friends.
None. As I said, that is shocking, because this was a strong, not almost like a staple to this universe. Kevin Owens has been here for the longest time. He's been through everything. He's been through everyone, and he just on one night just changed. It was like the old Kevin Owens never existed. Just this Kevin Owens.
Then by saying that, it's almost like he's been that Kevin Owens the whole time.
Maybe he was. Maybe that was that underlying tone, and we just saw that move to Bálor. I hope he doesn't go for the other one as well to him, but he may well do to Ibushi because he has no respect and no care for anything. Not even himself at this point. Owens dug the boot there into the gut of Ibushi. Got the referee just happened to get in the way there. Gut wrench suplex by Owens. What else will he do here?
I think after that big neck move Owens hit, this could be the end of it we're seeing.
Well, Ibushi has shown his ability to fight on far more than one occasion. He's fought on against guys of Owens' stature as well. Oh, God, into the ring pole. Into the mat. This is that overkill from Kevin Owens. He could have won the match by now. But he does what he wants.
He's definitely slowing down. He's not fighting back.
I don't think he can. I mean, you just got everything hit on him at once, and oh god, oh. That was dangerous. Owens has the tendency for relying on an apron powerbomb. The injured list has seen Finn Bálor and currently Kyle O'Reilly on that list as a result of his apron powerbomb. Thankfully, for whatever reason, his back gave in on him. And Ibushi has found his fighting spirit within him. Here he comes back in this. The move maybe. He may strike with it. The move that got him all the way to the finals. A King of the Ring is denied.
I think Kevin Owens' problem that he saw just a couple of minutes ago is that he kept going for all this offense.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Here it is. It's striking twice.
Oh no.
Package pile driver.
I think that's all she wrote.
Ibushi crumples as a result of it. Kevin Owens stands up. He's not going for the pin. He's not even going for the... Oh, no. This ain't about winning a match. This is making a statement. Kevin Owens is coming for everyone. Chair shot in the head of Ibushi. You can ring the bell as much as you want. It won't make a blind bit of difference. He's now hammering the chair into Ibushi. Over and over we go. Ibushi crawling, looking for help, looking for hope. And that hope just arrived in the form of Shinsuke Nakamura.
That is...
Nakamura guns for Owens. These two men have bad blood of their own. Nakamura cleans house. If not to save Ibushi, then to send Owens on his way.
Man, first Bálor, then Ibushi, now Nakamura. Who likes this guy?
No one. No one. Absolutely no one. But Kevin Owens, he prides in that. We just witnessed how much he takes pride in it. And that is what almost sickens me about Kevin Owens. I can't believe that at one point this guy he was so beloved, that I was such a fan of this guy to go to this. But lo and behold, the Smackdown Live locker room will always be united in a cause. If ever something goes wrong, we just saw it there. Nakamura saving Ibushi from that beatdown by Kevin Owens. But if that was to all do with the Intercontinental Championship, because that is where Owens started with attacking Bálor, many parties, many doors just opened up for those guys for a trip to WrestleMania. And you asked on Monday Night Raw as well, where is Nakamura? What is he doing? Well, now there's your answer.
And now I know. You know, the way you were pitching it to me when the show started is that I was expecting more organized stuff, but quite the opposite.
No, and SmackDown Live wants to go off the rails. Oh, it goes off the rails in a spectacular fashion. But that's what you got to do when a guy like Kevin Owens is veering around the locker room. So that's maybe the final occasion of that happening here tonight. We are going to go, though, into the organized fashion in the SmackDown Live Women's Division. #1 contenders match here for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Becky Lynch and Nia Jax looking for the shot at Nikki Cross. Lynch and Jax were in a triple threat 2 weeks ago. I imagine you were going to ask, why is this match come about?
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 weeks ago, well, basically, Jax, Lynch, and Sasha Banks all picked up wins over the weeks following the Royal Rumble. They were then put in a triple threat. Loser got eliminated. The winner and the one who wasn't defeated would get the title. Would get this #1 contender match 2 weeks from that match. So 2 weeks ago, they had the triple threat match. Becky Lynch tapped out Sasha Banks, and now she goes up against Nia Jax on her own.
You know, it's almost like a bit on the lighter side, because I know Becky Lynch. She was on Raw. And, you know, I think for that reason alone, I'm going for Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch chasing the same thing that she was chasing on Monday Night Raw back at your infancy as general manager. To become champion again. To hold that gold once more. It's been almost a year now that Lynch has hunted for that SmackDown Women's Championship, or the Women's Championship in general, really. And she will do anything to get it back, even if it means having to overcome someone of Nia Jax's stature.
You know, I gotta say, maybe one of my biggest regrets on early Raw was not only not winning the United States Championship, but getting rid of Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to remember the trade. Would you trade Natalya for her?
I believe so. And then you look where those two women are at now.
Yeah.
Like, could you
Natalya,
imagine?
I don't remember the last time I saw her. Becky Lynch, meanwhile, is becoming a staple to the SmackDown. Is a staple to the SmackDown Live Women's division.
All I'm saying, could you imagine Becky Lynch versus Rosemary?
Oh god, that would have been a spectacle. That would have been.
Yes.
That would have been something in itself.
Maybe even a triple threat with Paige.
I mean, Becky Lynch and Paige certainly had their own stories. Certainly have their past, but right now, Raw is not where Becky Lynch has to focus or align herself with. It is SmackDown Live and is a shot against Nikki Cross. But to get through that, she's got to get past Nia Jax. Jax is looking tough right now in this matchup.
So, I don't believe...
Oh, my God!
She might as well just threw her down the ramp.
She probably could. Oh, there she... Now she's trying.
That was the other way. Got that one wrong.
She was sending her up the ramp to concession stands.
Yeah, kind of like going around the world.
Jesus.
Almost. So, who do you think is winning? I haven't heard your input yet.
Well, I said it 2 weeks ago when the singles match was when Lynch made Banks tap out that she made a grave error in deciding to go after Nia Jax one-on-one. I still believe that grave error is here. I still believe that Lynch is, for all that she's done for this women's division and as spectacular a talent she is, I still think she's the underdog. But with that being said, Becky Lynch knows how to defeat Nia Jax. You wear her down. You fatigue her. You force her in the same way that Bálor beat Hanson earlier tonight. You force them to exert all their options, weather the storm, and get the win right at the end. If that is Lynch, that is the only way I can see Lynch winning this one. But in the same point, she's got to weather the storm. It's
I completely agree. It's almost like Ibushi trying to take all that offense from Kevin Owens. But once you take all that offense, what more is it they can do to you?
Yeah, because once she's taken all that offense, she's now got to try and dish it out to finish the job. As well. Oh my God!
God.
She just flattened her into the mat there. You looked at the strength of Nia Jax. She dragged her by her leg. And basically she just slid across the ring as a result of it. Nia Jax right now is in control over Becky Lynch. There's a hard lariat again, striking Lynch.
I can't even remember the last time Becky Lynch got some offense in this match.
She is struggling. She hasn't even brought out one of her iconic Bex plexes. I don't even know if she's worked on the arm yet. It has just been all beat down, all way down by Nia Jax. Finally, a counter by Becky Lynch, and I spoke too soon. What strength by Lynch!
God, I don't think half the men on Raw could lift that much.
Great counter though. Look at that. Nia Jax just almost bats it away, as if it didn't hurt her. But that is going to hurt Becky Lynch, and then stretching the back over her knee. Spine is not supposed to bend that way at all.
That's definitely not looking good for Becky Lynch when one of your best moves does virtually nothing.
Exactly. And I think after all of this, she's got to work on the arm then to try and make Nia Jax tap out. I don't know if she can, as she's going flying, almost up the ramp again.
God.
Her back is definitely hurt. And now her throat can be, because there's a leg drop by Nia Jax. That could end it. Becky Lynch says no.
Up until now, Becky Lynch has kind of been a ragdoll. It's really hard to watch.
What else can Becky Lynch take in this matchup? I just don't know. She's finally got some fight there. She's targeting the arm a little bit. Lynch has got some fire within her. There is a little flame that is hoping to live on, that is hoping to spread to the next source within Becky Lynch, and here she goes now. 2 lariats and a drop kick to fight back against Nia.
But nothing is keeping Nia down. Even when she was picking her up, Nia was doing it herself.
Maybe this will, though. An exploder suplex. Sending her flying across the ring in a bit of revenge.
Can this be it?
I doubt it. I very much doubt it. And wow, that proves it.
She really needs to put in a lot more to even get the 2 count on Nia Jax.
Lynch is hoping, though, that she doesn't need to rely on the count. Lynch is going for the disarmer here. Is Nia Jax worn down enough? Is she fatigued enough to fall to this one? Jax ain't going to get to the ropes as much as she would like to. She's in a precarious predicament. But she fights on.
God, I really thought Nia was looking like she was going to tap out for a moment.
Lynch has to do more to wear her down. There's no doubt about it. And Nia Jax right now is still looking oh so dangerous. Oh my god, she's found a new move.
Uh-oh. God.
Triple headbutts. A hard Samoan head smashing into your skull. Becky Lynch, I don't even know if she is kicking out by herself or if that's just instinct kicking out for her.
Well, I think...
Oh, this is it. This is it. This is Becky Lynch's dreams of becoming champion again. Dashed away. Samoan drop by Nia Jax. Nikki Cross, pencil in the date. Because you have a meeting with Nia Jax on its way.
Do you think there's some chance?
Don't think so. 2. Oh my god. I don't even know how. I don't even know where she found that. Becky Lynch kicks out, and Nia Jax's frustrations are being vented there, stomping into Lynch. But Lynch withstands it. Just like Finn Bálor earlier, she has hoped that Jax has exerted all options. Lynch still has some fight left in her, and even I don't know how.
But, I mean, I'd like to be happy for Lynch as much as the next gal, but she's really going for all her big moves and nothing else, and I think that might hurt her.
Jax there kicking out at 2 from that move. Maybe the fact she kicked out at 2 shows the fatigue maybe. Setting it for Nia Jax or not as she rolls out of the way there very quickly. Look at that though, forearm by Lynch. And she goes after the arm again. This is what she's been needing to do from the start of the matchup.
Her strike's starting to show more damage to Nia Jax. That's a good thing.
I think she finally is getting Jax worn down. She finally is getting that chance. That flame took a while to spark up, but it's got itself going. Becky Lynch, the exploder suplex. And the cover that follows. She hopes it's enough. Oh my god. Flung everything and she kicks out at 1. Could this do it? I don't think it will. I don't know. If Becky Lynch overcomes Nia Jax right now, she deserves to be not only #1 contender, but the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. The disarmer is locked in. Can Nia Jax escape? Is she too fatigued to carry on? Nia Jax has tapped out.
Biggest upset of the week. Wow, that was nice.
Becky Lynch gets the match she dreams of. She gets Nikki Cross for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. But Lord Almighty, did she have to fight, and then some. I don't even know if that title match is at WrestleMania the week before or the week after. I don't even know if Becky Lynch will be at 100% on any of those occasions. This hurt, and you can tell.
Well, whether it hurt or not, she finally, she got herself a spot.
She gets her title shot at the end of it all. The pain, though, I think will only be worth it if she's lifting that gold when it's all done for. And I don't think Nikki Cross is going to be so happy to let it go. The Raw and SmackDown Live Women's Champions, both a little bit off the deep end. Rosemary and Nikki Cross.
So, now we got this.
Yeah.
Cesaro, what's he doing?
Cesaro, after trying to get the attention of anyone on SmackDown Live, after attacking Jay Lethal following his victory over him, has decided that and after unsuccessfully challenging for the Intercontinental Championship last week, has decided that because he has such a accolade of championship victories to him, because he's done so successful, he thinks he can fight anyone. He thinks he can take on the world, essentially. And so Cesaro is having his open challenge, you know, on Smackdown Live.
Well, you know, I heard from the grapevine that, you know, he mends his own suits. I heard that backstage.
He's not doing a good job considering he's ripping them apart that easily.
Yeah, but he's putting them back together.
Yeah, maybe so. They do have a seamstress for that. But Cesaro, his open challenge, I wouldn't be surprised if Jay Lethal comes right to the calling after what Cesaro's done to him over these last few weeks. Oh, God.
This is going to be fun.
If Hanson is SmackDown Live's Lars Sullivan is Monday Night Raw's Brock Lesnar. Because here comes the beast towards the ring. And you feel a shudder, a collective shudder of fear in this arena. Because it doesn't matter who, it doesn't matter what you've had going for you in this universe. When you share the ring with Brock Lesnar, you hope you make it out in one piece. You don't hope for a victory. You don't think you'll get a victory. You hope to survive.
Do you think Cesaro was expecting this?
No. No, I don't. I don't think anyone could have expected this. Brock Lesnar has been on a tear, and the tear has been with one name. One man with one name. CM Punk. Took the title away from him, basically by his own hands, at the Royal Rumble. Punk wanted to talk 2 weeks ago, I believe. No, last week even. And was attacked by Brock Lesnar. And now Lesnar comes out here tonight to inflict some pain on Cesaro.
So what grounds do you think Lesnar has for accepting this?
He's Brock Lesnar.
Just because he wanted to.
Yeah, it's exactly that. You know, you're the SmackDown committee. Brock Lesnar says, I'm taking this match. Are you going to tell him no?
It's almost like me and the Brood.
Yeah. You know, in SmackDown Live terminology, so you can understand it. If the Young Bucks are the most dangerous tag team in the history of this universe, Brock Lesnar's the most dangerous superstar in this universe. And you know how dangerous the Young Bucks are.
Oh, definitely one of the most dangerous, baddest tag teams, not only in the universe, but in the entire galaxy.
Oh, what a cock up on your part that one was.
How do you know I didn't mean it?
Because you were on about the Dangerous Alliance.
Yeah, but they don't know that. Anyways, back to the match. Brock Lesnar.
What little match there is. Lesnar is actually just throwing around Cesaro because he can. Up and over.
Cesaro's got to be feeling this right now.
I wouldn't be surprised if his body's already caved in and gone numb. Cesaro, for as great as he was as ECW champion, for as much as he's done within this universe, it is Brock Lesnar. It just is Lesnar. I've seen this man now for a lot of weeks, for a good couple of years. This guy still petrifies the living shit out of me.
So I gotta ask, who do you think's winning?
Not Cesaro's internal system at all. Not Cesaro's spine, limbs, head, neck.
God, just from those punches, I think Cesaro just got 5 black eyes.
Oh, well, and now he's just yanking that arm. He's not even trying to make him wear him down so he'll tap, but he just wants to rip that arm out of socket and then start beating him up with it. Cesaro slips out of it, but now the Beast is back up on his feet. And let's go to Suplex City.
That's a 1.
2.
That's a 2.
And 3. And that's not the only time we'll be counting to 3. I give it a few more seconds before we start that count.
God.
Oh, you could hear that from up here. Oh, here it is. Here it comes. Up on his shoulders. Walks around.
Well,
F5.
I think that's going to be it. Unless Cesaro wants to pull a Becky Lynch, but that doesn't look...
You know, even if he wanted to, I don't think he could. Lesnar is the winner. Jesus Christ. That was a mauling.
It almost looked like Cesaro had something going for him, but
definitely not. Lesnar, your winner, and the response has come. Smackdown Live goes off the deep end again. Punk is here. He's had enough of taking the offense. It's time to dish some out now. And he's not going to do it backstage like Lesnar did 2 weeks ago. He'll do it face to face in the ring.
It's been constant run-ins, constant attacks. Everyone on SmackDown hates each other.
CM Punk with the finishing blow to Lesnar. Go to sleep! And the Beast falls down. The Beast is in retreat, and Punk is grabbing a microphone as quickly as he possibly can. And he has had it with Lesnar. He's reached the boiling point. He wants the Beast. He sees him in his sights, and he can't let him out of them. Lesnar does this because he wants to, because he can. Punk does it because he has to. And there is your bombshell of the evening. CM Punk doesn't wait. He challenges Lesnar to WrestleMania. He challenges him to last man standing. Yeah, that's happening at WrestleMania.
When did CM Punk bust his head?
What do you mean?
Okay, challenging Brock Lesnar. Sure. Beyond me, but sure. But last man standing?
Like Punk said, he does this because he needs to. This is more than about a win. This is more than about a title. This is more than about just... It's almost not about anything anymore to CM Punk. It is everything to him. It is Brock Lesnar or bust. And he's put out the challenge. I say, give it 10 minutes, and Lesnar will say yes. We're going to see that at WrestleMania.
You want to know what the scariest thing about that last little bit of SmackDown was?
What?
It's safe to say Brock Lesnar was pretty much at 100% at the start of that match. And towards the end, too. One GTS is all it took.
Yeah, but I know the cameras were focused on Punk. Lesnar was heading up the ramp by his own 2 feet. He is still standing. And at WrestleMania, it may take 10 to finish him. But that's a topic for another day. Because here comes the man who will main event WrestleMania. We all tried to get him. We all wanted him on our shows. There's no denying it. But he picked SmackDown Live. The Rainmaker is here to make his in-ring debut. The 2018 Royal Rumble winner. The former NXT champion. Okada with his first singles in-ring match since NXT TakeOver San Antonio. What was a gloomy night then turned into euphoria, but 24 hours later when Okada entered and won the Royal Rumble. Fending off The Undertaker, Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar in the final stages. All of those 3 men to become the winner, to go to WrestleMania. And 2 weeks ago, after Punk and Fish battled it out for the WWE Championship and Fish retained, the coin flipped and Okada made his presence felt. The main event of WrestleMania is all but settled. Now we get to there. And Okada here tonight has to go through, or try and go through, Mark Henry.
I gotta be honest with you. I was really pushing for Jinder Mahal versus Kazuchika Okada, but you saw otherwise.
Okada does whatever he wants. Hey, people wanted Okada Seth Rollins. But Okada was allowed to do whatever he wanted to do. And he chose SmackDown Live. In a way, I can't blame him.
Well, I respect his decision, but he did definitely miss out on Match of the Millennium with Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, all 2 minutes.
Of Jinder Mahal winning.
Here goes.
Anyways.
Here goes Okada and Henry right now. We heard what is at stake for Henry in this one. His livelihood. That's why Heyman, if you look as well, because Heyman said what he said earlier, he's not at ringside. Roman Reigns is at ringside.
By the way,
Heyman's probably
left
the building.
So really, it's all or nothing here for Mark Henry, but by the looks of it, Okada's got a lot of momentum going in. How is Mark going to cope with that?
I don't know how. I mean, Mark Henry is the world's strongest man after all, but Okada, over these last 2 weeks, has laid out the WWE Champion. Has ended SmackDown Live with his face being the last thing we see before we go off air. Okada is rolling right now in momentum.
And this could be obvious, but Mark Henry is more of a tag team wrestler as it is, ain't he?
Yes, well, not only that, he hasn't been around since Survivor Series, I think, might have been one of the last times we even saw him. And that was when really everything started going off the rails for Henry and the Dangerous Alliance. He didn't get an elimination. He was very quickly eliminated by the Good Brothers.
Hey, that's not a very good look. That's all I can really say.
And now he's at his last chance here against Okada. But if he wins, then that's going to bring morale way up within the Dangerous Alliance. That is going to bring morale way up between Heyman and Henry. And that is going to bring the morale for Okada right downhill. He's got to try and beat him to, for that morale to happen. You see Okada, he's not thinking slams. He's thinking strikes. And that is smart by Okada.
You can even see in the background Roman Reigns cringing.
Oh, Reigns is going to be, I imagine, due to the way Paul Heyman will like to work, I imagine we'll be seeing Reigns and Okada locking horns at some point. And you see the game plan for Okada is simple. Just smash everything he can into that head and make it so that it's putty when he hits the Rainmaker.
I dare say it's possible Roman Reigns is out here not to watch Mark Henry win, but to watch Okada, see what he can do.
I think so. This is more of a because I think to Roman Reigns, as selfish as we've seen the Dangerous Alliance to be, I think in the sake of Reigns, I don't think he honestly cares what happens to Henry. Oh my God, look at the strength of Okada there. That's someone almost twice his weight.
Jesus H. Christ, man.
With a tombstone, but as Roman Reigns gets involved here, Henry is crawling around, but seconds after that move. That may give Okada an indication that he's got to do a lot to try and finish him off, but Okada's feeling it. Rainmaker! Is that all she wrote for Mark Henry? But Reigns coming to the aid of his former I say former because it's been so long since they've been together. His former tag team champion, and he's quickly being sent on his way. The referee's not one to play around. Reigns is out of here.
By the looks of it, Okada chose to keep going, but I think if he just kept the pin, he still would have won.
Maybe so, but he decided against it. Maybe Okada now knows that he can do whatever he wants. He doesn't have to worry about Reigns now, so he can really do some damage here, but it's allowed Henry back in it, and the head that has been worked on for so long just went crashing into the ribs of Okada. World's strongest splash to follow it. One. Oh, Okada kicks out at one. looking dangerous right now, though, for both sides. Can Okada keep fighting on here? Another neck breaker again. Flips over quickly. Gotta give that about Okada. He's had to do a lot of moves here, and he's taken a lot of offense, and he's still going quick.
I think that leaves the question, how much does it take to keep down Okada? When's the last time Okada's lost a match?
Takeover. To Corin. If you want the answer to that question, you can ask Corin, because he has the answer for you on how to beat Okada. And it is disgusting to watch. If it was a film, I don't even know if it would make it into cinemas. The gore that was witnessed on the 2 occasions Corin overcame Okada. But the fact of the matter is, it is not what Corin did, but how Okada bounced back. Because he went from looking like he was in pieces. He looked like his intestines were inside out. 24 hours later, he wins the Royal Rumble and is going to the main event of WrestleMania.
God.
You can keep Okada down. You can take him out back and shoot him as much as you want in the head. But Okada will always come back. He doesn't know how to quit.
It takes a truckload and a half to keep this guy down, but even if you put him down, he's back up the next day.
Yeah. You are going to want to be going around that loop and going with that truck. You're going to need more. You're going to need a truck and a half every 5 minutes to keep down Okada for good.
So as you keep telling me all these accolades, all the stuff Okada's done, what's Mark Henry going to do?
Who knows? I mean, if he doesn't do anything here, he's on his way. If he doesn't do anything here, he is out of a job. He is gone. That STF clutch is sunk in here. Okada looking to try and put away Henry. Henry slips out of it, and oh, what a hard elbow there. Reigns gone or not, it hasn't really made a difference for Mark Henry. He's still going about things the same way. Oh my god, this could hurt. This could really hurt Okada.
He's got like a 400-pound man tossing him across the ring.
Superplex! I'm surprised the ring is still standing. Cover after it, hoping to have crushed the ribs of Okada. But clearly Okada's answer is no, he hasn't. Still fighting though. It's so tough to keep fighting on. Okada just got a hard elbow, and I think he's busted open.
Mark Henry finally starting to get some grounds back in this match.
And now you want to see how tough it is to beat Okada. Here is your idea of seeing it. That was the world's strongest slam that Henry just went for. Okada counted it like it was nothing. Looking for the tombstone here. Henry gets out of it.
Oh my lord.
Tombstone by Henry. Oh, and the knee that follows suit. Going after that open wound now. If this is Mark Henry's last match, he has gone out with a performance of an absolute world beater to give this to Okada time and time again. He's looking for it. He wants to hit it. Can he get it? Will he nail it? World's strongest slam. Okada gets out of it.
That almost looked like the perfect opportunity to go for a Rainmaker, but shut down
Okada
by Mark Henry.
Turns him round. Look at that. German suplex, but he hangs on. He rolls through. Rainmaker. Try as you might, you will never keep Okada down. And count along with this one. 1, 2, 3.
Out like a light. Man.
Heyman tried mind games earlier with Okada, and they didn't work. Heyman and Fish and even Reigns now, their back is up against the wall. Courtesy of Kazuchika Okada. Henry is done. And not in terms of this, this heading into Mania. Henry is gone. And for that, I do salute him. He will be missed in terms of what a big man can do within this universe. But the time will come to give him his respects, because right now, Okada is on the warpath to WrestleMania. Not a week has gone by where the Dangerous Alliance have had an ounce of hope, an ounce of confidence against Okada, and it really begs the question, does it look like Fish is going to retain?